Okay, there is a very disturbing effort going on to make sure that Meghan Sussex is kept in her place, if you know, you know. Targeting her with such vile hate because a prince shows her, hating her for finding love and a place reserved for non-blacks is pure evil. So again, she pointed down here. When did she post this? This one that she retweeted was back in 2024, November 21st. So she retweeted it again. That was during the Queen's funeral. Who is responsible for the targeting dehumanization of Prince Harry's wife, Meghan? The impunity of the abuse of this woman is wicked and evil. All right, these are some of the comments. I'm not gonna read everything. Okay, I'd have thought the scandal with Andrew would have made them think twice about aiming vile comments toward completely innocent Meghan. She's done nothing to offend. That family always need a scapegoat, but they picked the wrong one. Meghan reject them. Prince Harry took his wife and left. William kicked him out. Keep that in mind. Supporters are standing by this couple. Lot of ignorance and denial. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the more they're hating on her, it seems like there are more people who's backing her up because they just don't understand why they continue doing this nonsense. Very much so move. I think this is the color purple in French. That family will encourage nasty comment and the press about Meghan to take attention away from the real problems hanging over them. When they really, when the media or when the truth really come out, it's gonna hit them hard. All right, they get mannequin apologies for nonsense and really statements about Botox, but will not, and refuse to release a single statement in defense of Prince Harry's wife. Very true move. All right, tweet 1 of 5. Okay, so let's go into it. She did a little thread here. All right, this photo is no accident. One lone woman back to the world, all in black, on an empty stage. Exactly how the palace always wanted Meghan, visible but silent. She never played a game. That's why they destroy her. No, they didn't destroy her. They tried to destroy her. They tried. They almost succeed with that mental state that she got into, but thank God, God was like, not on my watch. Okay, 2 of 5. The deal is ancient and rotten. Palace supplies baby pics, balcony kisses, sources close to. Okay, tabloids stay quiet about William's rages, Andrew Epstein friends, and Charles cash in bags. It works perfectly for decades. Then Meghan arrived. Okay, 3rd. Meghan never signed the invisible contract. No leaks against Kate. No smiling to racist headlines. And then she started winning lawsuits, proving every story was a lie. That was high treason against the system. But the thing is that, again, she's right, okay? That tweet is 100% right, because I even covered that. They targeted her, okay? This is why sometimes I say it seems like there's some part of the institution brain is removed. They refuse to acknowledge what they did. If they had left her alone, none of these would have happened because Meghan, from the get-go, she was ready to work. She was ready to work. That's all she wanted to do. Hit the ground running, and she's ready to work.
Such a tremendous difference. So, yeah, just I guess we wait a couple months and then we can hit the ground running. But up until then, I'm pretty excited.
We all thought.
But no, they like to instigate. They like to drive people crazy, insane. They're getting into her business. In terms of this, what she's talking about, I'm thinking of the lawsuit that Meghan did on the papers. Because when again, we have to start with the royal family, triggering her family, sending people to the US to have people lie about her, targeting her mom and all of that. And I guess at that time, Harry and Meghan didn't know it was the royal family who was behind all of this. So for those who may not know, just look at the screen as I say some of those stuff. When all of these things were happening, leading up to the wedding, and you have, I think Jason Kunoff was working for both of them, and Meghan trusted him. And this is how the 6 a.m. email came about. Well, let me back up a little bit. Before the 6 a.m. email, there were a couple things that were happening in the media. You had Meghan's family were going on national TV talking about Meghan. And then Charles wanted Meghan to talk to her father to make him stop. Okay? So, now, let's continue. Let's go back to the original recording. This part needed to be said. Meghan sent a text to Jason Kunoff, explained to Jason Kunoff that, look, I want to set a meeting with you to discuss several things. There was Omid book. At that time, we didn't know it was Finding Freedom. And there were things that were happening to Miss Dovia, and she wanted to discuss that with him, okay, before she does her own thing. That's how she was going through the palace first, literally spilling the tea to the enemy. Then when she wrote a letter, a text, I think it was a text message, all of this were revealed in court. She sent a text to, I think, Jason Kunoff, whoever that assistant was, and said, look, I'm going to write a letter to tell my father to stop talking to the media, pretty much, in a nutshell. All right? Because I think Charles was telling Meghan to have her family to stop talking to the media. Meanwhile, they were triggering them, okay, to go talk to the media. You see the nonsense, the evilness with these people? They're playing both sides. They're triggering, and then they're telling Meghan to make it stop. All right? So, back to the text message to, I think it was Jason Kunoff or something like that, and tell Jason Kunoff, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write my father a letter, and then in that letter, I'm not going to send it directly to my father. I'm going to send it to a friend. I'm pretty much paraphrasing everything. You could look at the screen, pause and read. I'm going to send that letter to my friend, and so my friend could send it to my father, so the royal rats, whoever, don't intercept it. Okay? Literally telling the enemy the problem. All her plan. And then I assume, okay, because Jason Kunoff was pretty much working for William. And at that time, Meghan thought, she will, Jason Kunoff will obey her command. Okay? And at the beginning of that letter, she told Jason Kunoff, it's private. Keep it confidential. I don't remember the exact word she used. It's like between her and Jason. Do not say it to anybody. Okay? She literally told him that. But it seems like, and under the palace's rule, because Jason Kunoff is working under William, it seems like Jason Kunoff was somewhat of a spy and Harry and Meghan's world. So he must have told William, and I'm assuming, okay, because some royal vat have said if these things have gone that far, Jason Kunoff must have gotten permission from William.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, unless, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
To be able to do some of the things that happened. Now, after the conversation between Meghan and Jason, it seems like they sent their minion to go to Mexico to talk to the father, to be friend with the father, and get a copy of the letter. Because they knew about it, because Meghan told Jason. So now, after that woman got the copy of the letter, they went to work. And they tried to manipulate it in a way, but Meghan was very upset about it. Not only with her father, but the fact that the paper wrote her private message and put it public. Okay? Charles have sued the paper to similar thing. And I believe Princess Anne had sued the papers in similar instances about printing their private letters. So now when Meghan said, I'm going to sue, not directly with her lawyer. No, through the palace. Okay, for the palace to do something about it. This is how I know Harry and Meghan did not know the palace was behind all of the mess. So the palace was taking their time. Palace lawyer was taking its time to do the work, that the necessary steps to sue the paper. When Meghan realized they're wasting her time, she hired her own lawyer, bypassed the palace and hired her own lawyer. And then the palace went to work again. The media going after, oh, she'll never win. It'll be drip, 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 drip.
Is that the case?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint. The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was, to boost William and Kate, and the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well,
drip,
I
drip, drip,
I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far.
Absolutely.
But it's all history now, isn't it?
But it's not history, because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you
never win.
If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course. I mean, that Oprah Winfrey
if you were in that position, you would fight back too.
Meghan didn't care. She knew it was wrong. She went forward with it. And she won her case. And that pisses them off. That's how I get all of those information. I didn't know about that if it didn't go to court. They tried to bring in her friend who wrote the People, who were the Op-Ed and People magazine. And Meghan defended them and said, this had nothing to do with what happened in People magazine. Okay, it's what is between her and the paper for writing her personal letter. And then when that first came out, I didn't know. I had to search it up, and I think I did a video about that. And I was like, who is the author of a letter sent? I think that's what the thing I wrote. And apparently, it's true that I learned is the author of the paper. I should have put one and one together, but now it's obvious to me. Okay, but at that time, I didn't process it. I didn't think of it that way. But it's the author. The person who wrote the letter is the author, is the copyright owner of the letter. So this is how Meghan won. And in that same case, Jason Kenoff, I think William probably told Jason to insert himself in that lawsuit. And it was alleged that Jason Kenoff, I think it was Jason Kenoff, was co-author of the letter that Meghan sent to her father. So when Meghan won the case, and the judge wanted to know, how were you involved? What were your part in the letter? He never showed up. Okay? But what I think happened is that through text messages, that same text message where at the beginning Meghan said, it's confidential, it's between me and you, don't say it to anybody. She said it in two different parts on some of the texts, at the beginning and near the end, as a response. Meghan sent Jason Kenoff a copy of the letter and said, look, this is what I'm gonna send to my father. What do you think? Okay, all of this going through the palace to make sure she doesn't overstep whatever boundary the palace have. All right, Jason Kenoff responded and said, he agreed with everything that she wrote, but suggested that maybe you should add that you tried to call your father, he didn't pick up, you do all of this, he didn't do that. And Meghan was like, oh, I paraphrase it and cut it very short. It's not, just look at the screen. And Meghan was like, oh, that's a good idea. Let me revise it. And then Jason Kenoff said, can I mention this to somebody, another person who probably work in the palace? Meghan said no. Okay? Two places where Meghan said it's confidential is between her and that person. Don't mention it to anybody. and the lawsuit was about privacy. Okay? And of all evidences that they have, the palace showed that evidence. I'm like, the moment that I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that actually strengthened Meghan's case. And 2 occasions she said, it's confidential, don't share it with anybody. All right, so this is how all of this come about, okay? Oh my God, I went long with that. All right, let's see here. Meghan never signed the invisible contract, no leaks against Kate, no smiling through racist headlines, and then she started winning lawsuit, proving every story was a lie that was high treason against the system, okay? That's why it's the lawsuit that she mentioned here. I had to say some of the things that I said. All right, 4th tweet. The palace fixed, protection withdrawn, do whatever you want with her. Every vicious avocado or diva headline distracted from the real heir scandal. She became the lightning rod at exactly £0 cost to the crown. Well, it's gonna cost them eventually, and it's costing them now. Okay, the last tweet she wrote, that's why she stand alone in this picture. She was never the problem. She was the sacrifice to a corrupt pact between palace and press. Until someone finally breaks the pact, the machine is just waiting for its next victim. Who's next? Like I said, those kids, William's kid, any woman who marry, and they should know. I really see you. She tagged that person here. You received my message. Okay, that's something personal. I see you. She is a seed. They can never ever destroy her. See the difference between Meghan and, let's say, Princess Diana and Fergie. I mean, Princess Diana would have gotten if there was social media at her time, but there was no social media. But like Fergie, they didn't have, or she didn't have a huge follower to actually stand for her. And now with the Epstein thing, what's going on with Fergie, so some people are very disgusted by it. Okay, you mean they tried to destroy her? They are evil, but good for Meghan for breaking that mold. She will have been such an asset to the royal family. Their loss, lol. All right, let's go to the next tweet. True, and if it wasn't for the Sussex squad to do the pushback, and through all of that, we need to give Meghan credit as well. She stood in her truth. She didn't bend the knee. She didn't waver. It would have been easier for anybody to comply. She didn't comply. And that's the other thing as well. Look how they treating Kate. She complied. Look how she turned into.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
All right, Jan Moir can focus on the royal in front of her because her eyes keep wandering, shaking my head. Girl, get help. All right. I don't want to make joke of her, but let me just, okay, so there's all of that. You could pause and read some of them. I don't want to. This is what happened. These people, the royal rats, they don't want to mind their own business. And the squad, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon. Because when karma hit, I just want to scoop over and say, go to the next.
I'm just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
All right, next tweet. I'm sorry, but Jan Moir is a clown, and all the UK journalists who talk shit about Meghan 24/7 too, for that matter, because a journalist can easily contact someone in the US and have them take photo of Meghan's product. Why go there yourself? That's obsession. Just admit it. Is that the one that I respond to? No, that's not it. Let them do it, because I realize that they're actually stimulating the economy in the US. The airline industry, I don't know, from the airport, the car industry to take taxi or Uber, whatever it may be, or rent a car. So they stimulate that as well. And Godmother as well for buying there. All right. I guess she was hoping to bump into Meghan. Their obsession is becoming scarier by the day. Jan Moir was like, y'all want name sources? Fine. I'll be that source. Stalking, be them. All right, so there's more comment. Let's move. All right, you seem pretty obsessed yourself. Next tweet. Piers Morgan. What is that? Okay, I'm starting to get tired. Can Squadie tell me if the video of Piers talking to the Diary of CEO where he is asked what will it take to make up with Meghan in a recent interview, or the same one that had circulated almost a year ago? Okay, yes, I think it's an old one. Thank you. Okay, I think they're talking about that. Okay, I don't know, but here is Piers admitting that the royal family was racist and later pretending that he never said this. Alright, Meghan marrying into the family, which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy tracking record race. Okay, so that's all that. Piers Morgan is gonna say it in here. Let's listen.
This woman existed. All the alarm bells rang at Buckingham Palace, and I could almost hear them saying, "Pull the shutters down. It's an invasion."
She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress. Those are 4 ticks. No member of the royal family, the senior members, ever thought they would see having to be ticked when it came to Harry's bride.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep. I can hear Diana laughing now.
Meghan's marrying into a family which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy track record on race. It's not Meghan Markle's problem, it's their problem.
This woman existed. All the alarm bells.
Alright, so I have this video somewhere. Wait, let me pause something. I'm looking at something on my phone. Maybe I'll share it with you. So I was looking at something on my phone. Look of Love. William, the squad were talking about it. I'll share it with you after I finish this. Okay, that video is done. Stephen should have asked him what it would take to leave Meghan alone, but he asked a question that suggests Meghan is a participant in this foolishness. Alright, so this is the tweet that I was looking at on my phone. Okay, nothing funnier than Derrangers making shit up and British media running with it. William never kissed Kate's hand in that car. I have slowed it, frozen the clip. You can clearly see both hands in the clip of William's. He took a sip on whatever he was holding and sure it wasn't Kate's hand. Same as the UK summer did turn Kate's hair blonde. William never kissed her. Let's see here. It's 53 seconds in slow motion. Okay, so there's a hand here. What's happening here? Where was that? Okay, it's very slow motion and dark. There's like a reflection somewhere. Okay, I can hardly see what's going on. My goodness, William lose a lot of weight. That's the way the camera is going. Well, I'll be putting some screenshot in between too. Okay, let's leave that alone. We could hardly see. Okay, and the end of the night, Look of Love, I guess. There's that here. They are so desperate for some PDA, it's laughable. They will take anything. There's the laugh here. And this time, William refused to participate in the Look of Love. She gave all the signal. She even moved her bag in the other hand to free up her left hand for him to hold. Nada. He kept walking. Oh my God. LOL. She did the moving of bag things again. Same tactic when Epstein friend visited. Oh my Lord. That's kind of ridiculous. Okay, Harry and Meghan's PDA kills them. The fact that Kate... You see, with William, you would have thought... Okay, that goes back since he was a child because they never put a stop to his nonsense. They give him whatever he wants. So he can't really conceptualizing that you have to act a little bit. He can't even do that because everything was always laid out for him to just walk through. He can't even pretend. So Men and Grey Suit is probably telling him, just pretend, just this, just that. Nope, he can't do that. Okay, the fact that Kate told an obvious lie about her hair, that no one believed it, even her friend, but the press acting like nothing happened, and certain people still act that there's no difference in treatment between Kate and Meghan. Okay, the lean, people's high on something. He on that fan allegedly, OMG, desperate to make fiction. He's an alcoholic who's always drunk. That way he grew up, okay, he grew his beard. He doesn't want to shave because he nicks himself too much, although makes him look like a hobo. All right, let's leave that alone. I thought he was trying to copy Harry because Harry kept his beard, but whatever. Next tweet. This video might have different part. Okay. Oh, I did put it here again. Oh, did I? Okay. Okay, I did it again. Is that the one I just did? Yeah, I just did that. Next tweet. Okay, I spent okay, this is what the squad are making reference to. She's flying from the UK to the US to talk about this. I spent £2,000 and 22 hours flying back and forth to complain about $24 gem or £24 gem. Alright, they retweet that. You've got to be kidding me. A Daily Fell stalker journalist flew all the way to America, Trump's America, just to see gem and a shop Meghan frequent. Meghan Markle's pop-up shop where even the Montecito set buck at £24 for a jar of honey. When was this word? 22. Yesterday, November 22. So she went and took pictures. Alright, so there's me here. Now I understand why she did this. Brilliant idea to bypass Trump admin tariff. At first, I thought it was a way to get people in the store, in the bookstore. Now, not only she's helping godmothers, she's also stimulating the airline, car, hotel industries, and more. Brilliant. All right, Meghan Sussex cashing in. He's like, thank you. There it is. Exactly. All right, whatever is here. What a low desperado. 100%. At least it was business class. The sound insane when you say it like that. The time Jan Moir spent going to Cali, she could have saved her energy and got her divergent screen sorted. The sound insane when you say it like that. Okay, I think I read bottom up. I was supposed to go up. Wondering if she bought anything or just to fly over to inspect the price of the gem in person. A revelation she and Meghan's hundreds of thousands of customers already knew in her case since she's stalking the As Ever website and every Meghan's move. But hey, nice way of justifying spending thousands of company money on a nice Californian holiday for the second time. Oh, did she do that before? Oh my lord. Next tweet. All I know, they're stimulating the economy. Next one, I find that very hard to believe. Prince William doesn't work before 10 in the morning and stop work by 4. I tried to look for a video on the internet how during the Queen's funeral, a historian was talking about the hours in which the palace people work. But I have it on my, on my computer, so I'll share it with you.
Yeah, I think there's another factor here too, that Meghan is a very professional woman, and she's very American in that way. And the male-dominated culture, the royal household, doesn't like the kind of terms that they would use there, pushy and pushy American. They don't like pushy Americans, meaning that they don't like professional people who work hard. And a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12. And a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12 and then take the rest of the day off. And Meghan was very impatient with that. She wanted to see a new work ethic, maybe a work ethic as strong as the Queen's herself.
If he really picking them up from school, it is a shorter than that. If you call pointing at things work. All right, let's pause this. Pointing is not working. 30 seconds. There's a music. Well, Harry, on the other hand, be doing things. Pointing. The squad or something. Oh, my Lord. Alright, so it's all of them pointing. Alright, let's leave that alone. Okay, I agree that most people productive hours. LOL, there was no claim that any of them are productive. I do too. By his online presence, he barely worked an hour a day. Most days, he listed nothing on his schedule. Then he told that American, I don't know if he's American, that Levy, who went to the UK to interview him for when he came on that electric scooter, that he pretty much sleep all day. So he's contradicting himself. Next tweet. Queen Elizabeth was working harder than them in her last days. And from 10 to 4, One is using his burner account to trash Harry. The other is studying Meghan's whole style. Okay, same headline again. Prince William doesn't work before 10 in the morning and stop work by 4, November 21st. Okay, I think this is the one that I respond to. A historian did compare Meghan's work ethic to the Queen. He said that Meghan's work is as much as the Queen.
And Meghan was very impatient with that. She wanted to see a new work ethic, maybe a work ethic as strong as the Queen's herself.
Unlike the Queen, Meghan actually physically does her thing, okay? The Queen direct people to do it. The only evidence we have of Queen Elizabeth doing something is an old pig doing mechanic work. So I'll give Queen that. Kate, okay, these are the pictures that I put. That's during whatever World War she was working. Okay, there's Meghan. Meghan again. Okay, there's Kate. 10 to 4 with 6-hour break most days. He's going to be in trouble when he becomes king. But what exactly is this work? Also, nobody forced them to do any of it. They're just trying to find somewhere to turn up and with anything that involves the absolute minimum amount of work humanly possible. Then they expect you to pay all of their bills, billions of pounds every year. All right, let me fix that. Where is it? Meghan actually does her thing. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, that psycho British reporter then just hopped a plane from London to California. Oh no, she also drove 2 full hours from LA to Montecito just to stalk a woman she insists is totally irrelevant. That math isn't mathing, babe. Did she write all of that? I didn't read the article, only that screenshot that I shared with you. There's me. No, I didn't respond to that. Whispers, the uncomfortable truth is she flew over there hoping to ambush Meghan and the places she is known to visit. As she is another creepy white woman, she's also hoping to see her children too. Why would she care about the price when there is online store available? You're right, I will never, and I'm a fan. They are obsessed, NGL. I'm glad that she has security because this fixation is unsettling. Unsettling is the word. How do you spell obsessed? Deranged. All right, let me pause and get my last tweet and paste it here because it fits here as well. Before I paste this is the one I'm gonna put on the other tweet. Now I understand why she did this. Brilliant idea to bypass Trump administration tariff. At first, I thought it was a way to get people in the store, the bookstore. Now, not only she's helping godmothers, she's also stimulating the airline, car, hotel industries, and more. Brilliant. Okay, so now I'm gonna paste it here. All right, so there it is here. Let's go to the next tweet. I'm almost done. Oh, what did I miss? All right, let's pause. If I was in Meghan's marketing team, I literally would have advised her to promote her products by adding, quote, so tasty, people fly all the way from the UK to get them, end quote. But Meghan is not petty. I guess making reference to that woman who fly from the UK to go to godmothers to check Meghan's as every product. Keep an eye on Meghan's IG now and again. Meghan gets a sneaky little joke in. OMG, I hope she does. Let's see here. People are laughing. There's me. That's so true. Oh my God, laughing my ass off. Haha, that's genius. On the candle, I will say, quote, and please don't plug your wick out this candle. It can only emit light and its sweet smell to the graceful burning of its original wick. I will die of laughter with that. Alright, we could be making those memes for Meghan for free. We have plenty of creative squaddies. I'm down to see what everyone comes up with. OMG, no. That will basically fulfill that lazy eyes one wildest fantasy. She's framed it in her little shrine of accomplishment. They're so thirsty for Meghan to acknowledge them that even being marked will feel like validation. That's a good point. I really wish our girl was petty. The way I will make those racist rats stroke out. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Alright, I have 3 more. Okay, let's pause that GIF. If people think they can diagnose Meghan online, we can also diagnose members of that family online. Okay. Did they put something out? Or just the squad probably saw something and they want to be how do you call this, expert. There's me here saying you're absolutely right. Okay, we're professional. That's a fair game. People are laughing. That's an ad. Exactly. Sure thing. It works both ways. Every accusation is a projection with them, very similar to my guys here. Their Venn diagram ends up being very similar with many of the same traits and the overlap. All right, next tweet. 2 more. All right, let's see here. As Ever by Meghan has been around for less than a year, and it's already being featured in major magazine, and Oprah chose the signature spread gift box as one of her favorite things list. Alright, fake as shit, deep fake. See that they are here. The only ones buying it, her delusional fan. Okay, I need to get that woman who fly from the UK to come and buy it. Alright, I was gonna say more, but never mind. There's me here. Okay, how do you explain this? There's the link here. This person flew from the UK to California to buy her product. Alright, this is that. Alright, so there's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I want to finish. Black entertainer. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the Sussex squad or the Royal Bat. Uh-oh, did I put something wrong? No. Alright, let's pause. Alright, Michael Jackson, Halloween. That's Thriller. Mariah Carey, Christmas. Shirley Caesar, Thanksgiving. I had to look at that video. Okay, it's right here. Oops, where is it? This one. All right. If you go online on YouTube and typed it, and this is what she was singing. All so I don't get how do you call this? Copyright. Okay, so go search it and it will show you that video. All right, Fresh Prince Summer, you're onto something. All right, so they're saying like different music for different occasion, holidays. I love this song so much. Whitney Houston, National Anthem, 4th of July. You get it. Okay, so more people are adding to it. I hate the way people use the Shirley Caesar sermonette on Shouting John, but won't usually listen to the sermon song. LOL, my grandma loved her some Shirley. Okay, let's leave that alone. Let me do my last one. Now, this one is very sentimental. It has to do with Dr. Jane Goodall. Okay, I came across it. I thought I'd share it with you. And that's my last tweet. Okay, last week at Dr. Jane Goodall's memorial, her grandson Merlin shared a recent story that captured her endless curiosity and her deep connection with the natural world. It's 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
Just a few months ago, we were with our beloved grandmother in Gombe. Each day, she would wander down the beach, slipping beneath the vines to her secret spot, a place only she knew. Her place of peace and solitude. She would return only when she chose to, and there were many times when my father, my siblings, and I would worry, wondering if she was all right or if something had happened to her. We'd wait anxiously for her return, and eventually she always came back to us. She would return with stories and photographs of all sorts of things. A deceptive female beetle sneaking away with a ball of dung that belonged to 2 males locked in battle. An army of scissor ants dismantling a grasshopper with perfect precision. Or a wagtail calling out for its mate, flying from branch to branch, singing a song of sorrow into the forest. She constantly reminded us that life was full of wonders, an interconnected tapestry of diverse creatures. When one observes closely, listens with intent and patience, this magical world would reveal itself. When she left, she always returned to us, whether for hours, days, or months. We knew we would always see her again. We waited eagerly for her stories. We longed for those nuggets of wisdom and insight, those little lessons that she drew from the simplest of moments. There were no dull days as far as she was concerned. She was my grandmother, my mentor, and my dearest beloved. In the same spirit that you left us with, that together we can, together we will, and together we must change this world. Change it for the better, for generations to come. We promise to carry forth your light.
Alright, so I'm just gonna leave it as that. May she rest in peace, and that's it. I'm not gonna go in the comments. Alright, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.